The Accelerator is one, if not the best tower in TDS, possessing lead and hidden detection almost immediately. Yet how do we use it, and what upgrades should you be aiming for? Let's get right into it. So firstly, what can it do? The Accelerator is a fairly versatile tower, lacking only flying detection, but it compensates with pure firepower. The lead penetration is already unlocked on level 0, whereas the hidden detection is unlocked on level 1. Like to the minigunner's rev up time, Accelerator has a charge up time of 3 seconds before it can start dealing damage. Alongside this, it also has an overcharge bar that fills up as it deals damage, and once it fills up, a reload occurs. As you can see, this makes it pretty vulnerable to speedy enemies, which can just rush through these reload and charge up gaps. Overall, it's the highest DPS tower available right now, with it being the go-to counter for hidden enemies, despite almost costing half of Engineer's cost at 2.5k gems. Engineer also sucks against hidden. Yeah, you can just... It's a joke, I swear. So how should you use it? Starting off with placement, it's pretty simple, as Accelerator's range barely increases when upgraded to max level, making placement less complicated. Optimal placement would be at the front or middle of maps to ensure there's always a stream of enemies in range, so it won't have to reload before the overcharge bar fills up. Accelerator, however, lacks flying detection. This only becomes a problem in Hardcore and Pizza Party, where there are flying enemies though. So when playing these modes, I recommend equipping either Ranger or Mortar to make up for this drawback. This makes Accelerator extremely strong on every other mode, since it can effectively damage all enemies. Next we have the best support tower for Accelerator. When having to choose between Commander and DJ, it's a tough call in my opinion. Accelerator does not benefit from Commander as much as the average tower, leading to a damage increase of 33% instead of the usual 55% with the Call to Arms buff. It does however increase the DPS by 94, opposed to let's say a Golden Minigunner's 71, so it's still good either way. The DJ on the other hand makes you pay nearly 10,000 less with the discount buff instead of the usual 53.7k without it. The range increase also makes placing it in the middle a lot more viable with its near full map range on curvy maps, and also makes it way less vulnerable to speedy enemies. Overall, both are great options, but if you're a lazy person like me, DJ is probably the one you want to go for, but Commander will probably help cut down on wave times more. Following that, we have upgrade order. Here's the cost efficiency of every upgrade in terms of cost per DPS, so basically the lower the better. Although level 1 does unlock hidden detection, as we can see it does not really take a hidden cost efficiency, which is pretty interesting. Now what really shocked me was seeing the last upgrade not being the most cost efficient, with it rather being level 3. Now does that mean you should be aiming for level 3? Well, yes and no. To be honest, the cost efficiency between level 3 and 4 is so close it barely makes a difference. Overall, you just want to aim to get at least 2 to 3 level 4 accelerators before getting a max one to ensure faster wave times. Now is there ever a situation where you should not use Accelerator? Well, from duo to quad I'd say no, but when it comes to solo, things start to change. See, solo has a placement limit of 40, making placement limited towers like Accelerator and Engineer less effective. But does its insane damage make it come out on top either way? Well, in solo, Accelerator does actually get outclassed by Golden Minigunners due to the placement limit of 8. 20 Golden Minigunners deal 4020 DPS, meanwhile 8 Accelerators only deal 3050 DPS when using the Call to Arms ability. This only really becomes relevant in harder modes like Hardcore however. So besides that, I don't really see a reason not to use Accelerator on every game until Engineer finally starts doing more damage. In my how to use the Engineer video, I already compared these two and Accelerator came out on top. However, with hints of an Engineer buff coming, maybe Engineer will finally not be overshadowed by Accelerator after all this time. Hope this helped, subscribe cause yes, and see you on the next one.